Now, joining me, a very old friend, Andy Puzder, former CKE restaurant CEO and a Heritage Foundation visiting fellow who wrote a great piece in, where was it? The Daily Mail, I think it was. Anyway, Andy Puzder, what did I miss? Did I miss anything here? I'm going to leave it to you. You wrote a great piece. Slam away.
Larry, you didn't miss a darn thing, and I love the conclusion of your talk. I think the sooner we can get rid of, this is another crisis. I mean, not to get off the economics of this, but Afghanistan, Ukraine, the inflation out of control, and now we've got bank failures. This is just another event that wouldn't have occurred, where President Trump, Vice President Pence, Larry Kudlow, Kevin Hassett sitting in the White House. This is the kind of thing that wouldn't have happened. Look, this bank misread interest rates, despite everybody from Larry Summers, Jerome Powell to Larry Kudlow, Art Laffer, Steve Morse, Steve Forbes, Andy Puzder. Everybody's out there saying that spending all of this money in the now ironically named American Rescue Plan, which drove us into this inflationary hurricane, that if you did that, interest rates were going to go up. The bank, despite all of that, this bank didn't anticipate interest rates increasing, didn't understand the needs of its customers, who are basically fed cash by venture capitalists. And of course, venture capital investing really dries up when interest rates rise. They've then got people in charge at the bank who are more concerned about ESG and DEI and woke political issues than they are about managing risk. They had no risk manager for 9 months. And then you've got the Fed in San Francisco that, as you mentioned, completely dropped the ball. The Fed they do quarterly stress tests for these banks. This bank had to pass a quarterly stress test.
Where were they?
How on earth could it possibly have passed?
Where were Mary Daly's bank examiners? Okay, and Mary Daly, look, I hate to get personal, but she is known as a woke Fed head, probably the leading woke. She's a climate person. You have to wonder, Andy. I mean, they made a lot of mistakes. They bought long-duration bonds. They had a mismatch with their deposits. I understand that, and those are probably ultimately what's brought that bank down. But you know what? The San Francisco Fed, and I don't know, maybe the board, they're all worried about the financial impact of climate change? Really? Not the biggest interest rate hike in 40 years, not the biggest inflation. In other words, she's got to bear responsibility, because there's a difference between regulations, which are written into print and law, and supervision. It's the supervision part that completely fell down. And I fear that's true for other Feds as well. But that's the point I wanted to raise with you. You're a former successful CEO. You have to supervise. You have to look at what your operations are. I assume you probably did it every month. Maybe you did it every week, for heaven's sake. They have to do it every quarter. The bank regulations had nothing to do with it. They didn't do their job. They did not do. Maybe they were happy with $5 billion in a climate fund that nobody ever heard of.
That seems to be what their focus was. And this is somebody that President Biden wants to put on the board of governors of the Federal Reserve after she completely drops the ball here in San Francisco. And of course, how could you possibly ignore the impact of interest rates on this client base, on deposits, on their ability to raise capital, or the needs of the companies to run their business? How could you ignore that for a year? Right? For a year, everybody's known interest rates are going up. Everybody's known inflation was out of control. They ignored it all. And what we have is a bank collapse. Again, another unnecessary emergency that we wouldn't have if we had competent people sitting in the White House, which we do not.
By the by, last point, Andy, they got to sell this damn bank. I mean, they should have sold it Sunday. And again, you got woke ideologues at the FDIC who prevented a sale. That's what we're hearing, okay? And I mentioned them in the opening riff. They should have sold it. Now they got to get rid of it this week. There's a second. The sooner they sell it, then you get the FDIC out of there. You get the taxpayer bailout out of there, right? You get new management, new capital, new everything. But they're not, because they're ideologically opposed to something called large banks and mergers. I mean, this is another problem with the Biden team.
Yeah, this individual at the FDIC who is an accolade of Elizabeth Warren's and is opposed to big banks. Warren's trying to blame regulation and not blaming the failure to enforce the regulations that were in place. But these people are way off base on this. Kevin Hassett yesterday on your show was absolutely right They should sell the bank as soon as they can. Things will stabilize. Taxpayers won't have to pay. It's the perfect solution. They just need to get out of their own way. But that's something they have a very difficult time doing, because by getting out of their own way, they get out of the way of their personal politics, which they really just can't do. Economic reality will not interfere with their view of the political situation in this country, and that's just the way they've been running the country.
All right. Andy Puzder, thank you ever so much, folks. Moving right